Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Mark with the My Front Range Living team. And here in a few weeks, we are going to start a new series on new home builds and new home build communities in Colorado Springs. But today, we're going to start talking about new home construction and things like that, just as a little bit of a teaser. And we're going to get started right now. Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Mark with the My Front Range Living team, powered by RE/MAX Integrity. And today, we're going to talk about new homes in Colorado Springs, or new home construction in Colorado Springs, as the case may be. If you have followed our channel at all over the course of the last several months, or you've looked at anywhere on the news about housing in the nation, let alone Colorado Springs, you know that the market is on fire. And so a lot of times what that means is people will go and have new homes built or new construction performed for their home. That's what they're going to do. So you're moving to Colorado and you're thinking, what's the best option for me? A lot of times that used to be new homes. Well, even that has shifted tremendously over the course of just the last 3 to 4 months. We've seen a lot of changes in the new home industry. And like I said, we're going to start a series here in a few weeks about new home neighborhoods throughout Colorado Springs and the surrounding areas. So be sure and stick with us for that. More to come. So the housing market, like I said, it's taken off. It's definitely a seller's market, and with such pinched availability on on available homes, people have gone to new builds. And it used to be that was a fantastic option for people if they had 6 to 8 months to wait. If if you've got 6 to 8 months, we can have this brand new house built to your specifications, and we can have it done in 6 to 8 months. And it's a great option. Just a little less competition than if you are trying to buy an existing home. So that has changed fairly dramatically that we've seen in the last 3 to 4 months. Number one, lot availability has been pushed substantially. Whereas lots, you could typically go to a neighborhood and maybe one or two were available. There aren't very many available, if any, right now. And there's a substantial wait list on the next lot release. So what that means is they're going to release more lots on a different filing in the coming months. But even those are essentially spoken for because there's so many people on the wait list. Again, back to the market, it's trickling down, right? So the housing crisis is just builders quit building houses after 2007 and 8 after the crash. If they didn't have a contract on a house, they didn't build. Well, the demand for houses has increased year over year over year, and building just stayed the same. So now we're seeing this backlog, right? So even when new lots are released, there's already a wait list and people are ready to go with what they want. What's interesting is how long it's taking to build a new home right now. So how long does it take to build a new house in Colorado Springs? Anywhere between 8 to 12 months right now. And I understand that seems like a really long time, but the typical process is you go in, you pick out the lot that you want, you make sure that the home plan that you want is available on that lot, and then you got to pick out the exterior, and then you're going to go to design center. And the builder is typically not going to break ground on a majority of these lots until you've made all of those selections, and then they can go and they can start pulling permits to begin your home build. So that's part of it. The other part is building materials, and we're going to talk about cost in just a second, but there's a delay in building materials. There's a substantial lead time on appliances, for example. Those are 5 to 6 weeks out. So I know that electrical supplies are low. I know that plumbing, HVAC supplies, any supplies that have to do with the trades and building that new home, those are backlogged. There's a pretty substantial delay. So we talked about that adding to how long it takes to build a house, but the price. Gang, the prices of brand new homes are going up almost every single month, if not more often. And I know that that's weird, but the reality of it is because building materials are changing so much and they're costing more and more and more. We've all seen that plywood is basically gold at this stage, right? Let alone a 2x4. That's impacting our industry as a whole. As those new builds get more expensive, what does that do to the existing home market? You got it. It's driving the price up. All of this is intertwined. It's all interconnected. So watching these building prices go up, the home builders are having to increase their prices. So an example is if you sign a contract now on a new build, that home is going to be worth exponentially more in 1 year when you're signing closing documents. We have one example right now. We've got some friends who are building in a community up north, and their house is going to be worth $100,000 more, give or take, the second that they move in later this year, just because of how much more their home costs now as opposed to when they signed the contract, which is fantastic. You're moving in with equity. It's really unprecedented, and I hate using that because it's all we've heard for the last year, but it really is unprecedented in that people are moving into brand new homes with equity, with standing equity. So it's just a really interesting time, and it's a really interesting market to navigate. Not even taking into consideration the existing homes. We're talking new builds. It's just a really interesting market. So we've talked about escalation clauses before. You can check that video out right here. But we're seeing that even on new builds. We talk about the building materials going up and up and up, and builders are realizing, oh man, it's costing me more to build this house than what we're under contract for. And the profit margin isn't quite as substantial as we'd like it to be. So we've even seen a few builders where they're like, yeah, we'll build your house for no more than this, because they can't guarantee what the trades are going to have to charge them to build the house, because the trades aren't really aware what they're going to be paying for materials. So you can see how this is just backlog and backlog and backlog. And now it's really starting to impact our market as a whole. So we're starting to see stuff like that on new builds. Again, we're going to start a new series in a few weeks, but we kind of wanted to give you a teaser, especially as we try and navigate this market. It's not just existing homes, it's new homes and new construction here in Colorado Springs. So something to keep in mind. Hey, as always, we hope that you found value in that. If you are planning to move to Colorado Springs, you can go down in the description of the video below and you can click on the link for our relocation guide download. That's yours, free, no obligation. It just gives you a better idea of what areas of town may work best for you. As we do every week, it would mean the world if you would click that sweet, sweet thumbs up, give us a like on today's video, and it would mean even more if you hit the bell and subscribe to our channels. We are putting out content every single week to help you make Colorado Springs feel like home. Once again, this is Mark with the My Front Range Living team, powered by RE/MAX Integrity. Thanks for stopping by. We look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great day.